What's up guys, Steven here. Welcome back to another video, and today we're taking a closer look at the Sharp Aquos 02. So I'm not sure if you pronounce it Aquos or Aquos, but excuse me, I'm from Austria. And well, I already forgot about that Sharp is also making smartphones because well, they make great displays, but now they're continuing their legacy with smartphone displays. You may remember the first bezel smartphone. It was basically from Sharp. It was very interesting. They did set a trend, and now they have the first smartphone with 240 Hz, and maybe that is going to be a trend in the future. Now Sharp sent me the smartphone and sponsored this video, but as always guys, you will always get my honest opinion about it. And now before we kick this off and I'll show you what this thing here can do, let me know down below into the comments. Do you think that we actually need 240 Hz? Because I'm really interested in what the community thinks. Now I think it really depends, but we'll find it out during this video. So guys, there we go. Now here's the smartphone, and well, as you can see, it is really snappy and fast because the display is right now running with 120 Hz, but I'll just show you some more about the smartphone in a second, because before we'll quickly have a look at the box. So as you can see, very basic box. Well, it comes directly from Japan. It's not available yet in Europe, but it will come to Europe. Now, regarding the specs, we have a 6.4-inch OLED display with Full HD Plus resolution and 240 Hz refresh rate. It comes with Android 10, it also comes with the Snapdragon 855, but it doesn't come with the 855 Plus, so there is no 5G yet on the smartphone, but probably it's going to launch also with a different chipset, I really don't know. Then it comes with 8GB of very fast RAM, 256GB of storage, and also we have UFS 3.0 storage and well, the dual cameras, about which we'll talk in a second. Alright, then let's quickly check out the charger, because well, it is a sample. That means this is not the official retail package, so there's a USB cable missing right now. But I think the charging specs should be kind of final, and this one here, I'm not sure if you can see this, this has actually an output of 10 watts maximum. So well, that's not really a lot, but also the battery is not really big, so that should be actually quite sufficient. And the key specs of the smartphone are actually the fast processor and the display. And if you take the smartphone for the first time, if you pick it up for the first time, it is really ultra lightweight. This is really crazy. It almost weighs nothing. Now compared to an iPhone, really, this feels like a dummy, but it's a really it's a working smartphone, and that's absolutely crazy. So now let's take a closer look at the phone itself. Now guys, there we go, here's the smartphone, and before we go in depth on some features, I want to do a quick walkthrough on some of the features of the smartphone and show you how the smartphone looks and feels in general. So well, first of all, super lightweight. This is really crazy. I thought really it's a dummy, but it's a fully working smartphone. Then here you have that 6.4-inch display. It's an OLED display, Full HD Plus resolution. Here also with this water drop notch design, which I think is looking quite cool. And Sharp was always known for really great display technology, and they had the first bezel-less smartphone, and now they have another smartphone that is taking probably the industry to the next level, and this is it. Alrighty guys, so well, if you check out here the backside, as you can see, this is plastic, but it shines pretty nice here in the light, so different color always between light blue and dark blue. Looks pretty okay to me. Here we have the LED flash, and here a dual camera. It's not a triple or quad camera, but the cameras are actually quite decent, as you will see in the camera test. Alright, now here we have the Type-C port, as you can see, and also we have here a speaker. It has actually stereo speakers because it's also using the front speaker, so the earpiece, as a second speaker to emulate stereo sound. Then here we have the SIM card tray, as you can see, and the whole frame here is made out of plastic, but it's a really slim frame and it feels pretty good. Buttons here on the right side, power button, volume button, and yeah, it feels pretty good to press. There is nothing wrong about it. It's just a little bit weird that it is so light. Alright, so here you can see now the smartphone, and well, it is running right now with 120 Hz in the menu. So usually when you get a 120Hz smartphone, at least it scales down in the menu to 60 or depending on the settings 90, but most of them do not run in 120. Now this is not a final software, this is a prototype, so I'm not sure about the scaling algorithm right now, but right now we have 120Hz also here in the menu. And you already feel it because damn, this is crazy. If you swipe somewhere, for instance here in the Play Store, this is really fast, and I'm currently filming everything with 120Hz so that there's no delay from the camera, but yeah, it's really crazy. It depends on the application for sure, but it's really fast. Okay, well, it is stock Android as you can see, so here we have the Google Newsfeed. These apps have been pre-installed. Here are the apps I've installed so far, so for testing, and it is super fast and snappy. That's something which is really cool. If you swipe down from the top, as you can see, you have here the quick toggles, so also like on stock Android. And here we have Dolby Atmos. Because, well, those certificates, they're quite expensive. Manufacturers have to pay for it. Now, Sharp has Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision and HDR. So for the screen technology, we have Dolby Vision and Dolby and HDR. And for audio, we have Dolby Atmos. And those certificates are not cheap at all. So that's actually really good. So let's go here quickly to the settings because I want to show you how it looks like. Also here you see pretty stock Android. Now when you go to display, you will see that you actually cannot do any adjustments to the screen refresh rate, for now at least. I'm not sure about the final software, but what you have here on the image quality is HDR video. You can switch here between different presets, cinema, dynamic and standard. And there's also the HDR converter, so virtual HDR, which basically renders the videos to HDR. So at least gives you a little bit more colors and all that as far as it's possible. Then we have here the Aquos useful settings, and here are the Hertz settings. So this the display basically only scales up when you launch a game, because there is no use case to use the 120 or 240 Hertz or something like that if you're not gaming. Now when you are gaming actually, then you will have this additional gaming menu. So there is a high response mode. Basically you get a much smoother display and also better high-speed touch response. We'll test this later also in the gaming test, which we'll do tomorrow. That will be very interesting. And yeah, here the resolution, that is kind of nice. So you can choose it between HD and Full HD. So basically I think that in Full HD it doesn't scale up to the full 240 Hz, but I'm not sure about that. And in HD, as you can see, movement prioritized, so it's much smoother. And yeah, that will be very cool to check this out in different games, because I'm already super excited about this. Alrighty guys, now the screen is looking fantastic. You also have here different settings, so as you can see, you can calibrate it, outdoor view, and it's a really bright panel as well. It's currently at maximum brightness here indoors because I'm filming here with a lot of light, but outdoors really no problem to read the screen. HDR, as you can see, plenty of HDR settings which you've seen before, and the screen can be fully adjusted here. Here are also some other useful features like auto scrolling, clip now to take a screenshot, and also auto sleep. So yeah, pretty cool things. Other than that, if you check this out here, there is not much more than stock Android, and that is actually really cool, because I don't like it when a menu is too full of crap you don't need. Now the only downside is when you have such a high refresh rate display that you run out quickly of battery. I've tested this today as well. I started with 80%. I didn't charge to 100%, so just to clarify that. And yeah, as you can see, 2 hours 48 minutes from 80 to 52, so that's 48%. I guess you will get something like 4 to 5 hours of screen on time, depending if you're gaming or not. That's not a lot, but some people actually don't need more. So it's a 1-day smartphone. It's not made for 2 days, but this is actually made for gamers, for media consumers. So you don't get the best battery life, but well, if 4 or 5 hours of screen on time are enough for you, it is getting the job done. So this is the maximum you can get from my point of view with this software right now, because as you see, the screen is running all the time with 120 Hz. That's really crazy. Alrighty guys, now let's have a quick look at the camera application, because I quickly want to show you this. As you see, this is pretty much a stock Android camera application with some customization, and it is really simple, and I would say let's go quickly outside. It's such a beautiful day, and let's test out the camera of the Aquos 02. Now regarding the cameras, well, this smartphone here has two cameras. We have a 20 megapixel wide-angle camera and a 12 megapixel regular camera, while we also have a 12 megapixel camera on the front. So while dual cameras, I haven't had too many smartphones with only two cameras on the back for a long time. But the focus on this smartphone is not really the camera, it's actually more about the processor and the display. But for sure, I'm going to show you the camera quality right now. So let's walk through my garden because I'm locked in here because of the coronavirus, and let's try to get some amazing pictures. So ladies and gentlemen, let's quickly check out the camera application. So as you can see, pretty stock camera application. We're here currently in video mode. We have here the different lenses, the regular lens and the wide angle lens. Wide angle goes up to 20 megapixels and the regular one goes up to 12 megapixels. You can actually shoot 4K with both of them, but funny thing is that you can only shoot HDR and 60 FPS on the wide angle lens for some reason. So as you can see, now we have 60 FPS and now here we have HDR as well, but you cannot shoot HDR with 60 FPS or 4K, so only 1080p. There are some few things which are really working good, and this is the wind noise cut for the noise reduction. And also this AI audio feature. Basically it takes video snippets from your video and renders it into a new video with music. And this worked pretty good. Alright, so that's regarding videos. Now let's quickly come to the pictures. So as you can see, I shoot most of my pictures here in the Pro mode. You have a few smart things like here the focus help, object detection and focus points, and also here a level to get your picture perfectly straight. You can check out here the settings. So it has here optical image stabilization, which you can switch off. We have here HDR, which you can switch off, multi-autofocus display, intelligent framing. So actually some pretty cool features here inside. As I've told you, main camera 12 megapixels, wide angle camera 20 megapixels. There is slow motion video and there is time lapse. Then there's also something which is a little bit hidden, which I found out a little bit later. If you go to picture and you go here at the top, you can actually switch back from the manual mode to AI auto portraits. And yeah, there are also a few manuals. So basically you can shoot close-ups, after image light painting, and it has really quite a lot of modes, and it tells you here also how to take the pictures. So I think the camera app is really cool. It's very basic, it's not that overloaded like some camera apps on other smartphones, and it gets the job done really well. So let me know down below in the comments from the pictures you see right now if you like the camera quality or not.
I once felt I'm done with the defense, drove back and climbed over your fence, had to show you that I was a mess. So you were shrugging your shoulders, I'm closed off, that's what I told you. Soon enough.
Now slow motion goes up to 230 FPS, so let's quickly try this out right over here. And there we go. So you need to keep it as steady as possible for ultra slow motion, that it looks good. But 240 FPS, I guess that will be done in 720p, but let's check it out in a second. Now guys, here's the same test in HDR on the smartphone. So you can shoot 1080p up to 60 FPS, but when you're using high frame rate like 60 FPS and 4K, you cannot shoot HDR. So check out here the sky. Maybe let's walk a little bit in the shade here for HDR. So on the display right now, I can't see a too big difference here. Maybe the shadows are a little bit raised, as you can see, so the difference between highlights and shadows looks a little bit more even and not that strong anymore. But yeah, that's the video quality here in 1080p HDR on the Sharp Aquos 02. Let me know your thoughts down below. Now guys, here's a quick front-facing camera test on the Sharp Aquos 02 in Full HD. So you can choose between different video codecs. You can choose H.265, light or ultra quality, and H.264, which we're using right now. And well, as you can see, so with different lighting situations, it deals pretty good. focus is on point, but let me know on the big screen on the computer right now. And yeah, there's a little bit of distortion, but this is due to the stabilization, which is currently turned on. It has a few pretty handy features. It has video stabilization for the front-facing camera and also wind reduction mode, so for better audio quality. So also listen to the audio quality right now. There is not much wind, but let me know what you think about it. Alright, we're now watching here a fast motion movie, and I like these kind of movies, they're really cool. And well, usually when you watch this on a slow display, you really see some stuttering, but oh my god, check this out here on the Sharp, how smooth this is with the 120Hz display. This is actually crazy to watch. It's really a lot of fun to watch such movies with super fast movement, as you can see. Now check this out. Really sick. I'm actually impressed. Now that's really cool, but also the screen has pretty nice colors, viewing angles, it's kind of bright, and Sharp really shows here how advanced they are with screen technology, and I'm really curious what we're gonna see in a couple of years in our smartphones, because I think it could be this kind of technology. Now guys, I've also downloaded a full Dolby Atmos clip, it's around 1 GB, and yeah, just check this out.
This is luminance. That means the difference between white and pure energy. Energy that is about to reveal an entire universe of color that will transform your viewing experience.
So guys, I've seen this demo quite often when I test Dolby Atmos devices, and I have to say, it sounds pretty good because it's utilizing the right speakers, so Dolby Atmos is definitely working on this thing, and whenever you watch something with Dolby Video, it works like this, like then the source, so the player is controlling the backlight, it's controlling several things, several settings from the display, and displays with Dolby Vision are actually not quite common, so that's really cool. And also Dolby Audio sounds pretty nice, so well, good job, Sharp. So guys, we are now playing PUBG, and as you can see, I mean, I hope the frame rate from the camera catches it, but oh my god, this is extreme graphics, and check out how responsive and fast this is. This is really absolutely crazy. So well, for PUBG, this is really cool. I mean, even though 120Hz is only supported by the Chinese version, I'm not really sure which version is that, but it runs already smooth like butter compared to some of my other phones I have here. We'll tomorrow test this with Gamebench. Gamebench is a industry standard software which really can monitor everything, frame drops and all that, and how fast it is really running. And I'm really curious to have a closer look with the software at the phone to check out how it feels, because now, well, you cannot probably see it on the camera, but I can tell you what I feel, and this is crazy fast. This is really crazy. So, oh my god, check this out, how smooth this is. Really amazing for gaming. And tomorrow there will be the big test also with some other smartphones, so stay tuned. Anyhow guys, yeah, let's play a game which really supports 120Hz on the list. So guys, now a quick round of Dragon Ball, because this is a very fast game with a lot of fast animations, as you can see, and on a 240Hz display, this is actually a lot of fun, and this was also one of the examples which Sharp has shown at their release in Japan, and yeah, it's actually not a 120Hz game so far as I know, but oh my god, these animations look really sick and fast and smooth. That's really cool. So I've seen this game on some low-end devices as well, and it looked definitely different. Alrighty guys, then it is time for a Big Bang. Alrighty guys, so we're now here at the end of this video, and I have to say this was really one of the most interesting smartphones to test, because, well, you just have two cameras, so it made me actually think a little bit more about my shots and not just comparing like 1000 lenses with each other. That was pretty cool. Now the camera quality, I didn't expect it that it was actually quite decent, because I thought like dual cameras, is that still a thing in 2020? But yeah, they're actually getting the job done. There's nothing wrong about it. Now regarding the performance, the Snapdragon 855 is not the latest chipset from Qualcomm, but it's still a very decent one, so it's very fast. You've seen it in gaming. And the speakers are really good. The only thing, it's very lightweight. It feels so weird first. Trust me guys, I have an iPhone 11 Pro, and I was picking this up and I was like, is this a real phone or is this a dummy? Because it's so lightweight. Now, here it comes really down to personal preference. Do you prefer lightweight smartphones or not? And for me, while I got used to heavy smartphones, I would actually prefer a bigger battery inside of a smartphone. Now, talking about the battery, well, you will make it through the day. It's now 4 o'clock, I still have 60%. It's for sure, because of the higher screen refresh rate, not that good in terms of battery life like those battery flagships like Huawei is putting out. But still, in terms of other features, this is not marketed as a battery phone. This is a gaming and multimedia phone, and I think for this it's getting the job done. So let me know down below if you think that we need 240 Hz. Now, I'm not really sure if we need it, but the fact is that we'll see in the future a lot of smartphones with high refresh rates. And I think it will be quite challenging for all the smartphone manufacturers to get the right software behind it, because not only the screen is important, also the software, that you don't have any negative effects on the battery side. And yeah, so far it looked pretty good on the Sharp, and I'm looking forward into the future. If you're more interested in the smartphone, I'll try to leave you some more information down below into the description, and I'm pretty stoked that it finally comes to Europe, because all the Sharp smartphones, you could only get them in Japan, also this right now, but they finally make a step to Europe. I've seen some adverts in emerging countries, but I wasn't really sure about Europe. But now, yeah, very, very interesting. Alrighty guys, big thanks for watching this video until this point. If you want to see more, I would be really happy if you guys could subscribe. And yeah, I'm Steven from Tech Magnet, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a nice day and bye!